In yet another madness for votes policy, the government has announced that it is considering the introduction of some sort of mortgage guarantee allowing first time buyers to get a 99% mortgage. It may well be along the lines of the previous Help to Buy scheme, and more than likely it will be for new build homes only. Why wouldn't it be for new build homes? Because many of the politicians are in the pockets or on the boards or connected somehow with these major developers who would be only too happy to take advantage of these young people who are in a position to buy but can only buy from them. Obviously, as I have previously said, and much to the disgust of valuers out there when I actually mention their complicity in this, unfortunately, whether they admit it or not, no valuer would dare to go against a major developer and downvalue their properties, because they would be in court faster than you can say county court summons. Which is why I have on many occasions said that I believe valuers should be immune from any form of legal action based on evaluation that they have given, so that they are free to be able to do their jobs properly. This is not any implication of complicity on the part of valuers, but I know for a fact that if a valuer contradicts the narrative that is presented to them by the major developers and tries to argue the price, they do immediately face the threat of legal action, and that is what keeps the wheels of deception in motion. I would understand this sort of policy being introduced if it were specified, for example, that the government will contribute even 100% or guarantee up to 100% of your mortgage if you were buying a house that was previously derelict, unfit for use, long-term vacant, etc., in some sort of renovate to buy scheme, to bring many of these over 600,000 properties that are empty up and down the country back into use. That would make more sense, but that's not going to happen because the government and their friends do not want the average person like you and I to make a profit from renovating these properties. They just want them to leave them there to rot, so that they can gradually move the population into these new build controllable homes where they can have you exactly where they want you, living how they want you, in debt, of course, preferably in debt for the whole of your lives. I believe that there is another way. There are fundamental flaws in our housing policy, and if this policy were to be brought in just like the last time, add to that the fact that there is a real and present serious possibility that our interest rates could fall to the floor over the next year or two because of the damage to our economy so many successive rises in interest rates have had over the last year or two, that yet another property bubble will be in the making. And for those of you who are rubbing your hands together and smiling, I put it to you this way: who benefits from a property bubble? Who benefits from falsely inflated house prices? I assure you, it is not the person or persons who buy a home, one home, and live in it. Within reason, it doesn't make any difference to them. Whether they sell for 100 and buy for 110, or sell for 1 million and buy for 1.1 million, it doesn't really make much difference to them, except the higher the scale, that 10% extra that they may borrow equates to more debt. The people who benefit are people who are multiple property owners, and the government, in terms of stamp duty, in terms of death duties, in capital gains tax, the list goes on and on. So they have every incentive to try and create this property price frenzy that is fueled by blind greed for their own ends. And unless there are genuine, logical, and constructive, sensible reasons for this to be introduced, I believe that just randomly introducing a 99% mortgage for new build properties will be a recipe for disaster for young people. I'd love to know your thoughts on that. Agree, disagree, it's perfectly fine by me. As always, if you have any questions about anything to do with property, please feel free to message me directly anytime. Thank you very much, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye for now.